Okay. All right. Well, first thing we gotta do here. That's what I like about this boat. I can stand up in it. It's very, very stable. I mean, you can practically break dance in this thing. Of course, makes Davey nervous. This time of year, we can get by with certain things. Like this time of year, the water's still real cold. You don't have to cycle the water as much in and out of the tank as you do when the water gets warmer, because your oxygen levels are a lot higher. So all we need to do here is just bucket the water into the pail, into the tank right here, and start checking traps and adding water as we need it. So we are good. So we'll go find our first trap. Standing for guys that don't have good balance, I wouldn't do this. All right, then we can run the trolling motor. I can sit down and be a little more safe. All right, we'll find our first trap. Trolling motors are great. I mean, it takes all the paddling away. The really nice thing about trolling motor is it doesn't wear out your shoulders. You get to be paddling out here a lot and you'll start feeling it. All right, it's our first trap. So we'll glide up on this one. It's been colder out, so sometimes the minnows don't trap very good when the weather changes. So it's nice to have the trap set for a few days. That way you get a variety of different days. See what we catch. As it's been, weather's been colder, so the minnows probably went deeper. When the weather warms up, the minnows head to shore. It's where they start to go into their spawning activities. But since it's been cold and it snowed, I'm sure a lot of that has changed. So we'll just go over here and turn our boat around here a little bit. It's one of the other bad things about working in the wind. Your boat's always changing position. You got to make sure your traps stay upright. If you just toss them out there without checking them, they may tip over. If they tip over, you're not going to catch nothing. So make sure your traps are upside right before you leave your set. All right. I usually like a little longer handle for here. It makes it easier to steer standing up. But I guess you got to deal with what you got to deal with. Not all your traps are going to do good. So if you're lucky to do half, well, that's pretty lucky. You got to remember, every time you're out here, your weather's changing. So that affects the catch. It really affected the catch out here. They're just not in the traps like I figured they would be. But that's what happens So now that we know that they're not in by shore, now we got to set our traps deeper. Weather warms up, they'll go back into spawning mode, come back in closer to shore, and the guy will be able to catch them again. Right now with the weather, everything's a gamble. I'll move this trap deeper, see if it doesn't do better for us. We have some traps that are out deep, so it'll be interesting to see how they perform. Well, hopefully this trap did better. I had already taken a lot of minnows out of that part over there. So I was kind of expecting those traps to start to dwindle out. Seems much better being set in a better spot. Nice thing about minnows is they always congregate in certain places, and once you catch them out, the majority of them, then move. You don't have to move far, but you do have to move far enough. Now we got a few minnows in the barrel. We start adding a little water to them. You don't have to add a lot, just enough to keep the oxygen high. And then, like I said before, make sure you check your traps, make sure they don't tip over on you. You're trapping rainbows in this mossy kind of bottom, and the traps like to tip over. So it's important not to let them do that. It's really something when I can paddle faster than the trolling motor. Put traps in new places. Well, let's see what she did. Well, I guess didn't catch as much as I thought, but it did catch something. So this is just the realities of trapping. You know, you're not always gonna score big, and a lot of times with the weather changing, this is usually what happens. So it's supposed to get warmer, so I'll just move my trap a little closer to shore for the next time I come out. Probably not the best place to put that trap, but when they hit the shoreline, it will be. Well, we'll go across the lake here and see. Oh, it ain't flipped. like this boat for checking traps. Wow. Look how full this is. Wow. That's why it pays to move your traps around. You know, throwing them right back at the same places is not good. Nice trap. Nice rainbows. If it trapped out well the first time, I know it's hard not to throw it back into the same place. So we're going to. Put some more water on these guys. Then we'll move up to the next trap. All right, see what this trap did. It's on a calmer side of the lake and a little sunnier here all day. So hopefully the water warmed up good. See what we caught. You don't want to pull your traps up too hard. This is a brand new trap. Brand spanking new. Oh, look at that. Brand new trap. New metal doors on this one. A little heavy. Nice minnows in there. You know, we sell our minnow traps at River Raider Outdoors at our Facebook page. You can get in contact with Davey Boy and talk to him about buying traps from us. These traps are unique. They have graters in them. So all the minnows you catch are all sellable sizes and you can let all the little guys go. All of our throats are reinforced with metal edging so that the traps don't bulge when the bullheads try to get in them. And it's nice when you come back to a trap that's full of minnows and not full of fish or garbage. And we're unloading the minnows. These are all pretty much straight rainbows. Some ponds you'll find that are straight minnows, and other ponds you'll find that are mixed minnows. So you got to learn your species so you understand which minnows you're trying to catch. Not all minnows are the same, so pay attention to what's in your ponds. Anyway, we're going to get these up to the truck, so we'll see you when we're done.